we're going to be looking at some questions where we're going to be asked to classify a conic section just by looking at its equation. And that's going to normally mean completing the square and making it look like the equations we just talked about, and then trying to look at some of the properties of the equation to figure out what exactly is going on. So in this case, what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to collect all the x terms together and all the y terms together, and then any constant I'm going to push to the other side of the equation. So we have negative 2x squared. I'm going to put the 8x with that. I'm going to take a negative 2y squared, put the negative 12y with that, and I'm going to add 18 to both sides so that I have the constant by itself. And I definitely know I'm going to have to be completing the square here to figure out what's going on. And that means that this negative 2 in front of the x squared is going to have to go, and so is that negative 2 as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and divide everybody by negative 2 to see what happens. That's going to give me x squared minus 4x. If I divide negative 2y squared by negative 2, I'll have a positive y squared. Dividing negative 12 by negative 2 gives me a positive 6y. And that's going to equal, of course, 18 divided by negative 2 is negative 9. This is looking a little bit better. I do want to try to write this as just x squared with a y squared, so I'll have to do some completing the square here. So we're going to go ahead and go x squared minus 4x plus a blank plus y squared plus 6y plus another blank equals negative 9, and I'm going to have two blanks to put on this side. And the numbers that go in these blanks are going to be half of this value squared, half of this value squared. Taking half of this squaring it gives me a 4 on each side. Taking half of this and squaring gives me a 9 on each side. And then this expression will turn into x minus 2 squared. And this expression will turn into y plus 3 squared. And if it's been a while since you've thought about this, keep in mind that once we've taken half of this value and squared it, then the number that's here, well, the easiest way to figure out what it is to take this middle value and treat it as a negative or positive based on the sign, and whatever half of that is, that's what goes here. So I know since half of negative 4 is negative 2, that goes there. Since half of positive 6 is positive 3, that's a positive 3. And then this side, once I combine these terms, I see it's equal to 4. And at this point, I'm going to look at this equation and see if it looks familiar to me. And here's what I notice. I got like kind of an x squaredy thing and a y squared thing with a plus sign. So this puts me in the camp of either it's a circle or an ellipse. But because there's no stretch factor, there's no multiplier in front of this or in front of this, um, then I know this is going to end up being a circle. If, for instance, this had like a 5 in front of it, or this had a 16 in front of it, then I would know that one of these was stretched, the other one was not. That'd be an ellipse. But since there's nothing in front of either one of these terms, I know it's going to be a circle.